Hi everyone, welcome to Infocraft. Today we are talking about Serpent Men of Kull stories. Serpent Men are a fictional race created by Robert E. Howard for his King Kull tales. Robert E. Howard was not the first to write about prehistoric serpent people. Another pulp writer, Abraham Merritt, created a similar pre-human serpentine race surviving from the Mesozoic era in his story The Face in the Abyss, which first appeared in a 1923 issue of Argosy magazine. A sequel, The Snake Mother, also appeared in Argosy in 1930, and both were collected in a book-length version in 1931. In this storyline, the last surviving serpent woman is an ally of the human protagonists. In Robert E. Howard's King Kull stories, the Serpent Men were created untold eons ago by the Great Serpent. The serpent people worship a god known as the Great Serpent. Later writers would identify the Great Serpent with the Great Old One Yig, and with the Stygian serpent god Set from Howard's Conan stories. At some point, the Serpent Men group split, with one group becoming the man-serpents. These creatures, unlike their kin and predecessors, have the bodies of giant serpents and the heads of human beings, with smaller snakes for hair like Medusa. A man-serpent is the titular being in the Conan story, The God in the Bowl. Man-serpents have hypnotic gazes and lethally venomous bites, as well as terrible crushing strength. The seat of the first empire of the serpent people during the Paleozoic era was Volusia. Volusia is a fictional country in the Kull stories of Robert E. Howard, located on the west coast of the main continent of Thuria. The empire was based on sorcery and alchemy, but collapsed with the rise of the dinosaurs about 225 million years ago during the Triassic era. The Serpent Men originally ruled over humans in Volusia, but were defeated and almost wiped out in humanity's battle for survival against the elder things that predated them. Over time, humans dominated Volusia, and the Serpent Men became a legend. The Serpent Men, one of the few surviving elder things, infiltrated human society and ruled from behind the scenes for a time, but were again discovered, defeated and cast out in a secret war. However, they later repeated this tactic but added the front of a snake cult religion, which gained power and influence within Volusia, while they also used their abilities of disguise to murder and replace each reigning monarch. Their power is eventually broken by King Kull, formerly an Atlantean barbarian who had recently conquered Volusia, and the Pict Brule the Spear Slayer, whose society was aware of the Serpent Men's infiltration. After the destruction of Volusia, the Serpent Men escaped to Yoth, a cavern beneath Canaan in North America. They built subterranean cities, of which only ruins remain in the modern age. Explorers from Canaan visited Yoth frequently to learn more of the Serpent Men's scientific lore. Their next downfall came when they brought idols of Tsathoggua from Nakai and abandoned their patron deity, Yig, to worship their new god. As retribution, Yig placed his curse upon them, forcing his few remaining worshippers to flee to caverns beneath Mount Vormithadreth. Cursed by Yig, some serpent men degenerated into more and more bestial forms, eventually becoming mere giant snakes. Some sources claim that the worms of the earth were degenerate serpent men, while other stories describe the worms as descended from humans. The Serpent Men of Robert E. Howard's Kull stories are a fascinating blend of myth, horror, and adventure. Beyond their immediate impact on Howard's narrative, the Serpent Men have left a lasting legacy on modern literature and popular culture. Their ability to disguise themselves and manipulate events from the shadows has influenced numerous works in the fantasy and horror genres, inspiring writers and creators to explore similar themes of deception, infiltration, and hidden threats. The concept of shape-shifting malevolent beings can be seen in various modern stories, from fantasy epics to science fiction thrillers, where the fear of the unknown and the distrust of appearances continue to captivate audiences. Thank you for watching. For more content like this, please like and share our video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you enjoyed the content, let us know what you want to see next in the comments down below.